What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show review. And the TV show we're going to be talking about is My Hero Academia Episode 3, Season 5. Now, before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen the series. If you want to watch this video and you haven't seen it, that's fine. But if you haven't seen this episode, don't watch it because I don't want to spoil it for you. Because I'm going to be doing some spoilers. So, the first thing we see is Deku, he's reimagining his vision. And basically what happened is his vision is that he saw One for All. No, what that's about. All for One. The villain in his past state talking to his little brother, which at first, I said this in my other video, thought that was Tomoro Shigaraki, who was the villain of the League of Villains. The lead villain. But actually, it was not him, because they had said in this episode that was the first user to use One for All. So he's seeing this image of the first user and All for One. And then what happens is the user's like, this is all that you've seen from my story. You're only at 20%, but I'll show you more. And they try to reach hands, and basically the dream ends. So it's a weird thing about it is because it's like he sees all the successors there, like even All Might's past successor or his mentor. Because if you gotta remember, for those who haven't seen my episode, One for All is a quirk that's passed down from hero to hero to hero to hero. So basically, All Might, it didn't start from All Might, but All Might, he had a mentor who passed that power to him, which now he passes it to Meteora, which when Meteora grows up, he passes it down to the next person. So, he's talking about, so Meteora's like, I have questions, and this is something that apparently Meteora's only experienced, because All Might's like, he hasn't experienced it. So he's like, ooh, I don't know. You just keep on kind of put that in the back of your mind. So basically what happens is, this is the thing that I love so much, and I will tell you why. But this episode, and the few episodes on, this episode is the start of Class A versus Class B. And I'll tell you the truth. They're practicing together. So they're going to be doing fights, having having team fights and stuff. And before I get started, the thing that I really like about My Hero Academia is not only the character kind of development, how each character does not feel like a side character, but I love the amount of quirks in the whole show. Because like each quirk is different. Each quirk has its like own little gimmicks. Like you have a tail, like this dude's got a tail and he can flip his tail around. Or maybe you've got like Bakugo who can basically shoot bombs out of his hands, or he doesn't shoot bombs out of his hands, but he can like explode his sweat glands and stuff. But then there's other quirks, and I'm like, we've seen all of the Class A quirks. Now we get to see most of Class B quirks. So that's what I like the most. So they're all like, yeah, we're ready. But the thing is, Deku sees Shinshido. And if you don't know who Shinshido is, I'll tell you. Shinshido was in season 1, he was in the sports festival arc. Now, Shinshido's quirk is not really meant for combat skills. Like, you have some people's quirks who, they can shoot blasters out their hands like Bakugo, and then you have other quirks that are kind of like Shinshido's quirk. He has to, it's kind of a weird quirk if you think about it, but it's brainwash quirk. So you have to answer, like if he says something and you answer to him, he basically mind controls you. And it's a weird concept of it. Like in the first part, it doesn't seem like it's really useful until this season. So in this season, he has this voice thing where he can basically copy people's voices. So he'll be like, so and so, go over this. And then the person's like, yeah, I'll do that. And then they get mind control because they thought it was somebody else's voice. So I'm like, that's cool. So, he comes in and he's from Class C. Because of his quirk, he was put in the almost like the normal class. Because you have the hero class, you've got different types of classes. And if I'm not mistaken, you have Class A, which is in the hero course, Class B, which is also in the hero course, Class C, which is in the normal course, where they have just school and stuff. Because like I said, the cool thing about the quirks is there's different types of quirks, but not all quirks are basically combat quirks. So like you have quirks like, say, let me see if I can give you an example. Like this dude who can probably like skate or something. Like even in My Hero Academia Vigilantes, Kuroshi, he's not his quirk basically is like the slide quirk. So he doesn't have any combat type. So he couldn't get into the UA school because in the UA school you have more of a kind of contest where you have to fight robots and stuff and that all that. But I'm rambling, y'all. So we get to the first battle, and since Shinshido is coming in there, he's class C and you have class B and class A, he gets to partake twice. So that means he'll be on class B and then he'll be on class A. So the first thing we get to see is Shinshido's team, which he has Tsuyu, he's got, which is Froppy, Kirishima, and Calamari, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's all of them. And Jiro. Yeah, Jiro, I think. So they have those people. So basically it's them. And then they're against this one dude who's beast. Like, he can turn into a beast. Like, that's the cool thing. We got to see their new quirks. He can turn into a beast. Then you've got this dude who can breathe air and make it into different types of objects. Like, he can make walls out of solid air, boxes. And then you have this lady who, actually, when I looked at it, it was like most of her powers and most of what she wears is based on Jesus Christ. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. So you've got them, and basically they fight with each other. And Team Class B ambushes them, but then gets tricked by Shinshido, and then the episode ends. So I'm really excited for the next episode. But before I leave you, it was a really cool thing what Shoto Asawa said is the cool thing about the quirks, or the cool thing about the class. It was All Might. The cool thing about the two classes is you have Class A and Class B. Class A basically relies on their strength from outside accidents. So basically, like, you know, they've been attacked by League of Villains and stuff. So everything, all their strength comes from on-site action. Like, everything they learn is on-site. While you have Class B, which is, you know, a little bit of more, they've trained their quirks and stuff. You know, they haven't been like in there fighting actual villains, but it's like you have Class B who's like that. So I really, really love this series. I hope you will too. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're subscribed, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. Like the video, share it with your fam, and tell me in the comments what's your favorite anime that you're watching. So I'll see y'all later, millionaires. Bye, y'all.